Hello, and welcome to my recording of Assassin's Creed 3. Today we're going to do sequences 11 and 12 and finish up the main story of Assassin's Creed 3. I'm Mr. Nose, and I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. Today we're going to talk a little bit about Charles Lee, and we're going to talk about François-Joseph Paul de Grasse. And we're going to have a lot of fun.
I'd get the power source hooked up before heading back into the Animus. But it's your call.
I'm fairly certain I already did that. And I talked to everybody. So let's just hop into this wickety-whack time machine and see what we got. On our last sequence...
Home stretch, Desmond. I can feel it.
We, as Desmond, saved our dad, killed Warren Vidic.
The tides of war are turning. The Loyalists fall back beneath the advancing Patriot army, their hold on this land weakening by the day. But the Templars only seem to grow stronger. Though fewer in number, the threat they pose appears undiminished. Making matters worse, Washington chose to spare the life of Charles Lee. I am told he has taken refuge inside Fort George, and so my days are spent searching for a way to breach its walls. Of my father, there is no trace, and I am glad of it. If I can be rid of Lee, there may still be a chance for reconciliation. And through it, peace.
And we also got into a fight with our dad in George, Washington.
Connor, he's asking for you.
As we had some issues. Looks like we're gonna have some more.
Come now. Your sadness won't sustain me any more than that fool woman's soups and potions. Tell me of your latest exploits.
Charles Lee has been exposed, and the Patriots finally rid of him. They march now to secure the remaining cities that this country might finally be free.
Then you have won. The land and your people are safe. Yet you seem troubled.
Washington spared Lee's life.
So long as he lives, all are in danger. The same is true for your father. When you first came to me, you understood what had to be done, swore you'd see it through. If not for the Brotherhood, for your people, and all those threatened by the Templars.
But with Lee gone, my father might...
Listen to me. You have not come this far to throw it all away over misplaced sentiment. Both men must die.
Achilles.
There is nothing more to discuss.
Connor, I came as soon as I could.
Tell me you bring good news.
The Comte de Grasse said yes. You need only join his fleet in Chesapeake Bay and they will serve as required. But what exactly is it you intend?
It's better that I show you.
We talked about him yesterday as well.
Charles Lee may have been dismissed, but it does not mean we are safe.
But the commander?
The commander underestimates the threat, and no more time can be wasted trying to convince him otherwise. I must do this on my own.
Do what exactly?
Kill Charles Lee. He hides within Fort George, which is itself surrounded by a militarized district. I cannot hope to infiltrate it directly, so I will go under instead.
Incroyable.
The tunnels leading to the fort have been filled in. While I secure the Admiral's ships, I need you to clear them for me.
And the ships?
When signaled, they will bombard the fort.
Breaching its walls and creating a distraction, I see.
In the chaos, I will slip inside, find Charles Lee, and silence him forever.
All right, so he mentioned de Grasse. So let's talk about him a little bit, shall we? Born September 17th, 1722. Oh, there's a lot of... 3. Oh. Right there. We gotta go to the boat. Right? Yep. Don't know why. Nope. So, François-Joseph Paul de Grasse was born September 17th, 1722, and he would enter the Order of St. John as a page to the Grand Master in 1734 at the age of 11. While in that order, he would serve as an ensign on the galleys while in battle against the Turks and the Moors. At the age of 17, in 1740, he would truly enter the French Navy. Excuse me. He'd see action in the 7 Years' War in India while stationed in Calcutta, which is now Kolkata, I believe is how it's pronounced. I don't know, but to be honest, I think you guys come here to watch me mispronounce non-English words. Anyway, he would be stationed there from sometime in the 1760s to 1781. After the Treaty of Alliance in 1778, where's the... Do I go to the harbor? Do we have to go to the harbor? After the Treaty of 1778, he was still stationed in India, and he would command a division. I'm going to see if I can upgrade my boat, because I'm going to need to upgrade my boat. Oh, 13,000, not enough. Do an extra cannon. Nope, not enough, not enough, not enough. This is going to be rough. Yeah, this is going to be very rough. Battle at Chesapeake. So while he, I think we got a cutscene right now with him.
Lafayette promised me a fleet beyond compare and a captain without peer. Instead, I find myself greeted by one old ship and a boy in costume.
I promise we are all you need, Admiral.
I doubt this very much, but beggars do not choose.
And the ships I require?
They are yours, provided we survive this.
What would you have me do?
Hold the bay while I engage the main fleet. Should any British ships dare approach, destroy them. They must be kept from Yorktown.
So we're going to try to talk about him while doing this. This is going to be very rough to begin with, let alone to be distracted while I give you a history on that man. He would command a division during the First Battle of Ushant between July 23rd and 27th, of 1778. I hit that guy.
Herod all Hansos! Hell has manifest upon the sea! How many do you reckon?
Too many.
If anyone can hold the line, 'tis us. I only hope the Admiral's quick to return. Enemy approaching! All right, boys! Make ready for war! Looks like they're coming to sail on. Ready yourselves! Aye, aye! Negative, sir! Can't do that! We're taking damage, bully! Fire! For me! Load 'em up! Double time!
All right.
Wait for it! Can't take much longer! Fire! Pull in the half sail! Make ready, boys! And fire!
Ah, they got all blocked by the water.
Reload! Let fly! Can't be done! Not now! On me! Everything! No sail! Half sail! Give me half sail! Change course now! Wind to the Give me everything!
So he was again at the first battle of Roussant. Roussant.
On me now! Stay alive! Take it down the half sail! Take cover! Section's dead, sir!
Pretty sure I just hit the wrong button.
Fire!
Ready to fire!
Down!
In 1779, he would join forces with Count d'Estaing in the Caribbean, as now he's the commander of a full squadron.
Full sail, boys!
He would be promoted to Lieutenant General of the Navy in March of 1781. Later on that same year, he would be answering Washington and Rochambeau's call for aid, setting sail with 3,000 troops from St. Dominique. Gets us to this moment in time. Because he would offload his troops in Virginia, and then he would decisively defeat the British fleet at the Battle of Chesapeake in September.
We need to get position!
Nope, the wave's too high.
Fire! Damage report, officer! Wait for it! Get me half
Turn.
Fire
Down. So, after he held off the British fleet, down, he kept them away long enough that Lord Cornwallis would surrender at Yorktown.
Ready when you are, sir.
After returning his fleet to the Caribbean, though, he had a pretty poor year. That's the problem, is those 3 frigates. Wish I could see how much health these guys had.
Ready up to fire! Stop her cold! No sail! I need half sail! Give me half sail now! Let fly! All hands down! Make ready for fire! Damage report. All right, sir. He's down, Captain. Get out of this headwind, Captain. Sail. Haul in everything.
That accidental ramming worked out for us, didn't it?
Deploy half sail. Half sail. Down. Ready up to fire. Stand round clear.
Come on.
Give me the mark. Prepare for fire. And fire.
Well, I'd love it if the Saint Spirit would help.
Line up those sails. No sail.
Especially when we are. Go down!
Half sail! Fire broadside! Stack round, clear mist!
Thank you! Alright, so after this battle, he goes back to St. Dominique in the Caribbean, where he would be beat in the Battle of St. Kitts. And then he'd be defeated and taken prisoner in 1872 in the Battle of the I think it's called Saintes.
Get that gun on a track!
During his capture, he was taken to London for a brief time. Excuse me. Where he briefly took part in the notion. he briefly took part within the negotiations that would lead to the Treaty of Paris in 1783. After being released, he would return to France and demand that he would be court-martialed.
They will come. We must hold the bay until they do. Oh, this is madness. You're alone and we're without reinforcements.
So during his court-martial, he ended up being acquitted of any fault, and then he would pass away on January 11th, 1788, at the age of 65.
Man of war! Christ! Man of war! We're we need to get position! Guns are down! All our guns are down. We've no way to defend ourselves now. That beast is sure to sink us if we're not careful.
He's not really planning to board them, is he? Has he lost his mind? He's going to get us all killed.
Faulkner.
Time to leave.
Mad bastard. Stay! The French are coming!
And he's flying a British flag on the back of his. He's lucky he didn't get killed.
They say you took down that man of war all alone. Perhaps Lafayette did not exaggerate when he spoke of your abilities. As promised, my ships are yours to command. What do you require?
5 of them must enter New York's harbor flying British flags.
Wait. I thought you might need some pirates killed or goods transported, and instead, you asked for us to, what, shell New York?
No. Of course not.
Ah.
Only part of it.
Explain yourself.
I mean to infiltrate Fort George, but it is too well guarded. Cannon fire will breach its walls and scatter its guards.
And a ship that flies the French flag could never get near it.
You understand, then?
Not at all. But a promise is a promise, even when made to a lunatic.
I will light a signal fire when it is time for you to attack.
It's not the first time he's been called
Vous l'avez
something
entendu?
crazy, huh?
Récupérez leurs drapeaux qu'on puisse les accrocher. Allez, vite!
I mean, think about it. Putnam called him as mad as a March hare. Which is, I don't know how often that term was used then, but it's definitely a reference to Alice in Wonderland. I think it was written at the time. Not 100% certain.
Hello, Connor. Welcome back.
Is everything in place?
Oui, Lafayette waits for you inside the tunnel beneath the city.
Alright, here we go. Let's go find Charles Lee! Isn't that how he always does it? Some crazy stuff like that. Last time I remember playing that mission, it was a pain in the butt because I didn't upload my upgrade my ship at all. I wonder if, like, I actually did the naval missions. If that would make those missions easier. Just a thought. Now, if I were to liberate each district of the cities, I'd have... Dang it. I'd have more assassins that I could use. And then...
keep the heat, wee man.
You the one they sent? Where you been? Anyway, I know who the traitors are. They've got lists of all the Patriot leaders in the area. If they hand them over to the Redcoats, the rebellion is finished in this part of the city. You need to find a way to switch these fake ones for the real thing.
Oh. Might as well, right?
Well, it certainly tops being at sea with not a Jack Nasty face pops in the Jesuit company.
Desist, sir! What purpose do you gain abusing me thus?
Really going well. Not well at all. Where's that guy going this way? Go away!
Can he find them? To hell with it.
Why don't you guys fight him? He pushed you! You're supposed to be soldiers! I mean, really!
It cannot go on like this.
Basically, you have to get in close to him and pickpocket him while he's walking. Or do it like that. Alright, I'll take it. Alright, let's go back to Fort George now. Make a turn here. Up it over the thing. What is this one? Is this another one? Yep, sure is.
You must be him.
Just give me the thing.
I've been waiting too long. I know.
Just give me the thing.
And they're bringing lists of the Patriot leaders around here to the Redcoats right now. Find a way to swap this fake list with the real ones, and the rebellion can fight on.
The New York Chronicle. Buy it here. Much time learning.
This is probably not good. I feel bad for that one. Whoa, 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 whoa. Need some backup here, apparently. Hopefully he doesn't kill the one guy that I need saved. There we go.
Where is your leader?
You'll never get to him. He's surrounded by twice as many men, twice as tough as this lot.
Yeah, well, I'm not going after your leader, so it really doesn't matter.
nothing like the smell of old corpse.
You've no need to shop anywhere else, good folks.
Alright, here we go. Let's go kill Lee.
A man of humble means who has worked to earn his place. I think a man like that is less likely to dream of thrones.
All men dream of thrones. It is in our nature.
Then what would you do?
Ensure their leader is sterile. Without an heir, the threat of succession is ended. It might be left to the people once more.
Interesting thought process from a Frenchman and a French Canadian.
Connor! This tunnel will take you into the military district.
And the Admiral?
He waits for you to light the signal. And then the strike begins.
And we will be there as well.
He's just like, yep, whatever. Which I would have preferred to have collected a couple more assassins before this started. And there was one, I think it's the one in the North District, but I don't remember her name right off the top of my head right now. But I always thought her and Connor had a thing. Just the way they reacted to each other and the way they acted. That man's dead. Oh, come. This is probably the one stretch within all of New York that is open to running on the rooftops. Nah, didn't see him. That's frustrating. Ouch, I think I just got shot. I guess I might have to kill them all. If I get knocked off this tower now, I am not going to be a happy camper. Until they're shooting at me or throwing rocks. And they're shooting. Dude, you want to get inside? Thank you. That's not the fort. That's the military district. See?
Need to get inside the fort.
Probably not going well. I guess you get hit with a cannonball, it's not going to go well. See, that was actually a pretty cool mechanic that they introduced. It's like you could go through buildings that had an open window.
I am in no condition to fight. Need to stay away from the guards.
No condition to fight. Yet he wants to go kill Charles Lee.
Where are you, Charles?
Gone.
You just punched your dad in the man parts.
Come now. You cannot hope to match me, Connor. For all your skills, you are still but a boy, with so much left to learn.
You punched him in the thing that made you.
Impossible. He is the promise of a better future. The sheep need a shepherd.
He has been dismissed and censured. He can do nothing for you now.
A temporary setback. He will be restored. You act as though you have some right to judge. To declare me and...
Oh, shaky cam central.
We did not harm your people! We did not support the crown! We worked to see this land united and at peace. Under our rule, all would be equal.
All would be equal slaves.
Surrender, and I will spare you.
Brave words from a man about to die.
You fare no better.
Even when your kind appears to triumph, still we rise again. And you know why? It's because the Order is born of a realization. We require no creed, no indoctrination by desperate old men. All we need is that the world be as it is. This is why the Templars will never be destroyed.
It's like he forgot that you had a hidden blade. When do you carry your own?
Don't think I have any intention of caressing your cheek and saying I was wrong. I will not weep and wonder what might have been. I'm sure you understand. Still, I'm proud of you in a way. You have shown great conviction, strength, courage. All noble qualities. I should have killed you long ago.
Thanks, Dad.
We've got
a problem. Haytham doesn't have the amulet anymore.
But
The temple's still sending data. There must be more to the story.
Why is the temple sending the data when the data is in Desmond? One more sequence to go. Let us get some of that big old Charles Lee. So yes, now you see why I wasn't talking about Charles Lee just yet.
My father is dead. Charles Lee now leads the Templar Order in his place. I see now why ours is an eternal war. For each piece taken from the board, another is placed upon it. Back and forth we go. Across the world. Across the ages. Some days mine feels an impossible task. But I cannot afford to be consumed with doubt. The people need me. Now more than ever. I must stop the Templars. I will kill Charles Lee.
So he goes from 3 red on each side to 2 black and a red on each side. Is it just lighting, maybe?
We gather today to remember a man of peerless vision who sought to change the world. And change the world he did. Look around. Even now the British prepare to retreat. Their spirits broken. Their forces splintered. The Patriot leadership shall soon follow. Either into our service He sent me away. That day, at Fort George. He feared for my safety. I should have stayed. He said there was no danger.
He was wrong.
I will kill you, Connor. This I swear. Not here, though. Not today. No. First, I'll destroy all you hold dear. I'll burn that homestead of yours to the ground and roast the severed heads of your precious founding fathers in its flames. And when I've finished with them, all the rest will burn as well. Your merry band of assassins, the human refuse that lives on your land, your village and its people, all of it, gone.
You can try, Charles. But as with all your schemes, this too will end in failure.
Woo-hoo-hoo! Boy!
Get him on his feet.
I don't like the red tinting in the background.
He will wait. He will watch. And then, when he's seen all his life's work brought to ruin, only then will I allow him to die. Take him away.
Hashtag facial animation still better than Mass Effect Andromeda.
Oh, I hope that wasn't a tip. Turn them off! Looks a bit of a dodger.
Woo! I wish he'd have kept that in his hand. I'd have shot him with it. Alright, so Charles Lee, born February 6th, 1732.
Look, there! Get!
Everybody walk away from this guy like he's some kind of special dude. Come at me, bro. Fine, don't come at me. I'll take your sword. Ooh.
I've got a good line on him!
Where is Charles Lee gone?
The harbor. To catch a ferry.
This is a pick. Alright, so as I pick this, I will be able to go through my notes. So he's born February 6, 1732. We're talking about Charles Lee now. In Darnhall, Cheshire, England. He'd be sent with the 44th Regiment of Foot, and he would go to North America in 1754 for his service in the French and Indian War. He would serve directly under General Braddock, which we saw at the beginning of the game. During this time, he would marry the daughter of a Mohawk chief who would give him twin sons. Or, sorry, that's not what I heard, what I read. She would give birth to twins. I'm gonna have to swim. Yep. So to the Mohawk, he would be known as Auniwatrika, which means boiling water. So if you remember, it was during sequence 10, Clan Mother called him boiling water. So Lee would be part of the conquest of Canada at the end of the French and Indian War. He would also... Oh, I got an itch. Hold on. Fight against the Spanish invasion of Portugal in 1762 as a major in the 103rd Regiment of Foot. He'd make his final move to the colonies in 1773 and purchase an estate worth over 3,000 pounds in 1775. When war broke out, he resigned his royal commission and volunteered his services to the colonists. Expecting to be named commander-in-chief, as he was the most experienced candidate in terms of military service, he did have some faults. He was born in Britain. He was a little eccentric. But most of all, he expected to be paid. He gave up a large, well, I don't know how large, but he gave up what I read as quote-unquote sizable, what is essentially a salary, to fight for the Continental Army, and he expected to be reimbursed for it. Why won't I go up? There we go. So, on the other hand, he ended up being overlooked for Washington, because Washington was considered sober, steady, and calm. But most importantly, for the Continental Congress, he foregoed his pay. He essentially said, nope, keep your money. Do it for free.
Come back and I don't see now. Let's give over.
So Lee,
Hold you. Stand still.
dang it, would essentially become considered second in command, even though he didn't technically hold that title. He was also appointed as a major general. That was his rank in the army. Now, can I drop down without being too much of a... Down, Connor! Oh, this guy turns away.
Aye, stop. Come back here and face us like a man. Aye, come back. Are you furious?
I believe these men meet the requirements.
You believe incorrectly. They're sick and weak. We're looking to build an army, not fill an almshouse.
It would take months to get them into fighting shape. We don't have the time.
No, please. We'll do anything you want. Anything. Only take us with you.
Quiet, well. Your merchandise is useless to us.
Perhaps we should discuss this back in my cabin.
Not quite sure what's going on there. So, after his commission, he would during 1776 he would see the to the defense of Charleston, South Carolina. I hope I get over there fast enough to where I don't get seen. Thank you for shooting me. He would be captured in New Jersey during a retreat to Pennsylvania, where he would be caught in his dressing gown writing letters. He essentially, because he wasn't in command, spent most of his time just messing with the command structure.
Stop there. Come back here and face us like a man. Aye, come back. Are you furious?
Might actually have to kill that one. Oh, I got around here. What do you know? Pretty cool. So after being returned a few years later in exchange for General Richard Prescott,
Stop, man. Take your last breath.
during the Battle of Monmouth in June 1778, Lee would disobey all of his orders from Washington's. First, he would not. He didn't want to lead the troops, but when Lafayette was given lead, he said, "Yeah, okay, sure, I'll take it, my lead." So when he was told to attack the enemy, he ordered a retreat. Now, granted, he thought he was outnumbered, and was true, but Washington was trying to test these men and their training. So, after getting that first volley of fire and then retreating, Washington would give him a public dressing down, in which
Stop there, you.
let's see if I can just do it from here.
disappointed. As you should be. For us to have come all this way for nothing. Tell me now why I shouldn't have you thrown into the sea.
I'm gonna get detected.
No need to be rushed. Only give me a little more time. I'll scour the other ships if I must. I'm certain there are prisoners who will meet your need.
Very well. You have 2 days.
So after that public dressing down, Lee would respond insubordinately and be arrested. Well, on June 2nd, 1788, Lee would be court-martialed, found guilty.
You! Stop there!
This sequence is such a pain in the butt. Do I have my bow with any arrows? Hope he falls in the water so I don't have to deal with him. I'm gonna have to remember that.
Hold there. He thinks he can get away. He's digging it. You, stop. You won't lose us that easily. No, you don't.
Knew that wasn't gonna go well.
How long can they keep this up?
So on June 2nd, during his court-martial, he was found guilty and relieved of his command, which is what we got at the beginning of this sequence. Beginning of sequence 11. I'm sorry. His relief was set for terms of 1 year. Let's see. No, man, they see everything.
Stop there.
So, some historians have suggested that his actions, Charles Lee, at Battle of Monmouth, was part of a plan to aid the British. While he was being held prisoner by General Sir William Howe, 5th Viscount Howe, in March 1777, Lee would draft a plan for British military operations against the Americans. At the time, Lee was under the threat of being tried as a deserter, as he gave up his commission.
As you should be.
He accepted his
For us to
American
have come all this way
commission
for nothing.
before
Tell me now
he
why I should have you thrown
technically
into the sea.
resigned his British commission.
No need to be rash. Only give me a little more time. I'll scour the other ships if I must. I'm certain there are prisoners who will meet your needs.
Very well. You have 2 days.
Thank you.
Present yourself to the Green Dragon Tavern in Boston with the men you've chosen. We shall meet you there along with our master.
Escape the Jersey without entering conflict. Kill the dude with the red dot. Didn't kill him? Not gonna deal with it. Just not gonna deal with it. Not gonna deal with it. So these plans were found in the Howe family archives in 1875, written in Lee's own hand. Lee would try to get the court-martial overturned, and when that failed, he would attack Washington's character, in which would actually lower Lee's popularity. Where's my start mission? I just have to show up in Boston. Guess we'll just show up in Boston. Lee would retire to his estate after being released from duty on January 10th, 1780. There he would live out his life breeding dogs and horses. While he was in Philadelphia, he was stricken with a fever, and he would die in a tavern on October 2nd, 1782. He would be aged 50. So, with that said, can we guess what's going to happen here with Connor? We're headed to the Green Dragon Tavern. But it was funny because we mentioned a few prominent things that we've seen, but the cities have been wrong. They've mentioned Philadelphia a few times, like this. We're in Boston, not Philadelphia. There's one that happened in Philadelphia that they said in New York. Now I get you can't add a city just for these two events, but it's just an interesting thought to me.
Need something, darling?
No.
Rude.
Can I help you? You know you can.
Pardon?
Oh! I do not like having my time wasted.
Stop that! Oh, don't make me call the guards.
Make a sound and you die.
What do you want? He's in the harbor, at the Long Pier, most likely. We heard what happened at the parade. Charles got all nervous. Said he was leaving the country. I thought he was overreacting. It's not. No.
Thank you.
Thank you. Alright, let's go find Lee. Because apparently this isn't the right tavern. That was probably his horse, though. No, come on, there we go. Oh, what I do. What I want to do is rub my eye.
Too much beer.
That was a special little cutscene I was talking about. The last sequence when we were being hit by a cannon in Fort George.
Fresh cod. Price to move quickly.
Guy stuff.
Thought he was going to grab a hold of that rope. Yeah, we're just going to run. Don't want to deal with those guys. Where is... There you are, Charles. Man, he picks up pretty easy. That one is really hard to do. Do not take fire damage? Oh! That's because this ship's on fire for some reason. Shouldn't worry about fire damage anymore. Unless we're back in the middle of the ship, because you know it's on fire. Gotta be honest, I've always liked that snake flag. I believe that says "Don't tread on me." If I remember right.
Why do you persist? You put us down, we rise again. You end one plot, we forge another. You try so hard, but it always ends the same. Those who know you think you mad, and this is why. Even those men you sought to save have turned their backs on you. Yet you fight. You resist. Why?
Because no one else will.
How did he not see him do that? Somehow I managed not to take any fire damage. And now I can't run. Because I passed out from pain. Because a piece of wood went through my ribs. Can't climb either. Gotta find stairs. Oh, this is gonna take forever. Bum, 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 bum.
Rough night, was it? He headed inland. Took a ferry up the Charles River.
I will need passage as well.
Of course. Only say the word.
Man, I'd like to be able to at least move a little bit faster. Opens that door faster than he moves. A lovely fever. That reminds me of a quote from Heath Ledger's Joker. You know why I use knives? More personal, more intimate. Never really know a man until you watch him die. Till you feel him die. Something like that. Basically he's saying that he knew people better because he killed them with a knife. It's been so long since I've seen that movie, I forgot the quote.
Why would they leave this behind?
Long have we waited for you to return. You have done as we asked. You have succeeded.
No! I have failed! My people are gone! Chased out by those who I thought would protect them!
It is a trade, a sacrifice, and not in vain. For you have found it.
This?
Now you must hide it, where none shall think to look, and then in time, what once was, shall be again.
I do not understand.
Nor need you. Only do as we ask. Then, you may do as you wish.
But what of my people?
You have saved this place, as was your people's purpose, and that matters most.
It is not enough.
It will never be enough. You strive for that which does not exist. Still, you have made a difference, and you will do so again. Remember, you must hide the amulet where none might find it.
Walking like he's not healed from his battle with Lee. It really wasn't a battle, it was a chase. He just fell wrong, really. Now you see why he named him Connor. It's the name of Achilles' son. Fever, I think, during the winter of 1755. I think. Don't quite remember. Sequence 12, complete. Let's finish up Desmond's story for the game. Yeah!
I know where the key is. Then let's go.
Surprised that their headstones are still there. Dug it pretty deep. House is gone, but the headstones are still there.
Guess this is it.
We're right behind you.
Wish he'd walk with him, like, on his own. At least I can run, right? Connor couldn't run. I guess Desmond didn't take a stick to the gut. It's a pretty nice sized stick, though, probably right. Yeah, big around.
Moment of truth.
Just drop it in the hole that's big enough for an apple. Sure.
Yes. Come. Here. At last. You know our story now. Of how we tried. Of how we failed. All our hopes extinguished. Save one. Your touch. A spark. A spark to save the world.
Wait! Do not touch the pedestal.
Minerva?
You. But how? You left. You destroyed the device.
Did you think there was only one?
What the hell is going on here?
You must not free her.
Free her?
Juno dwells within these walls, awaiting release. I will explain. While we worked to save the world, she sought instead to conquer it. She used our machine to set her plans in motion. Divination through numbers. There is a pattern to existence. To comprehend the calculations is to tame time. This was my focus. And so I built the eye to aid us. But she turned it towards her own ends. When we discovered her treachery, we put a stop to it. And then we left. But first we called to you, that you might try again. We thought it would be safe with her gone. Now I see we were deceived. She survived, she endured, and then she began to work. For centuries, Tinny and I walked the world, hoping to rekindle the spark of civilization. We shared what we knew as best we could. We were not the only ones, but for all the power we wrought, still death would claim us. But before it did, I would have one last look to know if we had succeeded.
That's how you're here now?
I had hoped you might find this place and finish our work. But it is too late. You and the Templars have squabbled over our refuse. You have wasted centuries, and so you have lost your chance. You cannot hope to stop the end now, Desmond. Only to survive.
She's lying! Only touch the pedestal and the world will be saved.
Better the world burn than she be loosed upon it.
Is that so? Show him then.
But he will not understand. It is complicated. It is...
Show me.
If you heed Minerva, the sun will have its way. The ground will crack and spit fire into the skies. All the world will burn. But this does not end the world, merely heralds its arrival. Darkness follows. Then you emerge, resolving to lay a foundation that such a tragedy does not befall the world again. You will become a symbol to those who survive. Hope, knowledge, determination. You will inspire them to rebuild, to thrive once more. And as the world heals, so too will humanity. But you are just a man, frail and mortal. You pass from the world, leaving behind only a memory. A legacy. You will be remembered first as a hero, later as a legend, and in time, as a god. It is the cruelest fate, to have written words that meant well, and see them made wicked and unwise. What was meant to encourage life, used instead to justify taking it. And so now you see that what was shall be again. So tell me, how is this better? She would sacrifice you, sacrifice the world, for no other reason than to deny me vindication.
They will enslave your kind, Desmond. Is this not why you fight? Is this not why you came here? To ensure more than just your race's future, but its freedom?
What future? What freedom? Billions dead and the whole cycle begun anew? This world has known nothing but heartache and horror since we left it.
Our gift to them, and you'd see it all returned.
Enough!
You must not do this.
Whatever Juno's planning, however terrible it might seem today, we'll find a way to stop it. But the alternative, what you want, there's no hope there.
If you free her, you'll be destroyed.
It will happen in an instant. There will be no pain.
You mustn't.
It's done, Minerva. The decision's made.
Then the consequences of this mistake are yours to live and die with.
You need to go. All of you. Now. Get as far away from here as you can.
Come with us. We'll find another way.
There isn't time.
Son.
You know it's true. It's already started. I need to do this now. So go. Go!
Looks like there's some pain there. Looks like Juno might have lied.
It's some sort of global aurora borealis. Never seen anything like this before. Eyewitnesses describe electrical storms and erratic displays of unusual weather. Residents are being asked to remain inside and wait for geological surveys are now reporting seismic activity throughout the Ring of Fire. Northeastern Canada is said to be experiencing the largest on record. Satellites and transformers are failing as the flare increases in intensity. Worldwide reports of blackouts seems to be receding. Residual seismic and volcanic activity is being reported, but nothing approaching earlier levels. Obviously, it'll be a while before experts are able to assess the full extent of the damage caused by today's event. But it appears the worst is behind us. We'll be sure to bring you more as this story develops.
It is done. The world is saved. You played your part well, Desmond. But now it's time that I played mine.
Well, that's interesting, isn't it? So, after the credits, there are 3 more things within the Animus that I want to show you before we call it a night. So we will come back after the credits, and then we'll hop back in and take a look. Ooh, right on the wall. Hate it when I do that. So the first one is New York. one of the harbors. Alright, let's just run around in a circle.
A fine selection of fresh
Is he still wearing his face paint? No.
including Philadelphia and Williamsburg. Contract onions, garlic, sweet potato.
I'm cutting prices on several varieties of fruits.
Amazes me that these ships right up to the essentially at the dock, but it's right up to the street.
Fresh chard, turnips, cauliflower.
America has no need for your services, back to Britain in a box.
Death to the oppressor! Down!
I wonder if that really happened. If on the day that the British all covered in blood, did he not clean Nazi slavery? And he knows in his mind, while some things may change, some things will just stay the same. Luckily, well, I guess depending on how you look at it, you watch something like 12 Years a Slave, and you see how they were treated. Whew. And typically they'd be nude in those kind of scenes. Yeah, I know where this one's at.
If you're hungry, I've extra.
No, thank you. Where is everyone?
Gone west. Been a while since they left. Seems some fella from New York was granted the land by Congress.
What?
Seen it happen more and more. Government says they don't take land that's already owned, but
How could this have happened?
we're on our own now. No more merry English parts and labour, which means we gotta go at it ourselves. Gotta pay for it too. Selling land is quick and easy, not quite so nasty as taxes. And since some say they're what started the old war, ain't no rush to bring 'em back. Clever men, these new leaders of ours. They know not to push it just yet. Too soon for taxes. Too British.
Thank you.
Be safe.
Which in itself is kind of funny that he had to ask that, because he was just there. And Connor, you knew nobody was there, bro. I think I messed up that fast travel. Oh well. Well, so I thought there was another one. Perhaps I am wrong. Let me take another quick look. No, it looks like that's everything. Other than side missions and the like. So, with that said, thank you for joining the final story recording of Assassin's Creed 3. And I hope you see us come in next time for either the beginning of Assassin's Creed 4 or the Tyranny of King Washington DLC. I've enjoyed my time showing you Assassin's Creed. I hope you have enjoyed it as well. And until next time, have a great night.